Hey folks, this is Vagrant and welcome to our next brand new playthrough. Today we're going to start Alan Wake 2. I'm really excited about this. We just finished replaying the first game here on the channel, just finished that yesterday. Last we saw, Alan had disappeared into Cauldron Lake after rescuing his wife. I went and did a little bit of research, as I talked about at the end of the last video, about how this maybe links in with the wider Remedy universe and with Control and stuff like that. I don't know much. All I know is that, I don't know if you saw my Control playthrough, but the typewriter we can see here is a object of power, an OOP as it was known in Control, and Cauldron Lake, or at least Birdleg Cabin, that Baba Yaga reference, is a place of power. So that's how that links in with Control. There's more to it than that, but that's basically all I know. I've just, I tried the game out a little bit. I was having some FPS problems. I've gone and updated my drivers, and let's give the game a proper go. Really excited about this one. It's got really positive reviews as well. I think we'll play a normal to kick things off. We'll go up to hard if need be. We'll go up to hard when I feel the need to show off later on in the game, basically. Let's see how it goes. The first game was, as you may have seen, surprisingly difficult at times. So, here we go.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Tell you what, they know how to intrigue, don't they? I love that double exposure filming style. Remedy are always so cinematic. Oh, hello, naked man. I am the naked man. I am the naked man. Can I see his penis? No. So, we've just crawled, weirdly enough, out of what I'm assuming is Cauldron Lake. Look at it, isn't that stunning? You know, one thing I'm really excited about this game is we've just finished the first game. For me, it was a replay, but we just finished the first game here on the channel. And this game, although half based in New York, is also half based in the same town, in the same area. Bright Falls. So we get to see the same place rendered 13 years later or whatever it is in beautiful modern graphics. And Remedy always push their graphics as hard as they can. Hello? Ed? Ed, Tammy, no! I'm naked and afraid. And probably very cold. That explains everything. Ed, Tammy! You can't just leave me naked and alone, naked and afraid. That's a TV show, isn't it? I mean, look at it. Yeah, I don't know, I'm excited about this. I also think it might maybe push the horror a little bit more than the first game did. The first game, I love the first game deeply, but it's not really scary. The scariest moments were the bloody jump scare flashes that happened on the screen, more than anything else. Now, I don't know much about this game. All I really know is that we're going to play two characters. One of them's an FBI agent called Saga, the other's going to be Wake himself, although Wake is currently at the bottom of the lake after rescuing his wife. Whoa! So I'm not sure how that's going to work. I think that's Alan, actually. And I know it's about cultists. And those who know me will know I have a deep love for cultists. I don't really have a good reason why. But I love, especially like a cannibalistic cult. Oh, I'm all over it. This makes me very, very happy. And that might be weird. You can sprint. No, I don't like that. It's not a sprint to toggle. It's a, well, it is a toggle, but it's a. I know what I mean. What are you doing, game? I want to. It's because the bloody mouse is on the screen. What I'd like to do, if possible, where's sprint? No, Yeah, whatever. It's just, I find it very awkward to hold in the left thumbstick. I was hoping I could make it a toggle, because if I click it... Oh, it is a toggle. Never mind, I should shut up. Never mind. Anyways, yes, cult... Oh. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know why. Cannibalistic cults? Oh! Don't have to be cannibalistic. Just be a cult. Nope, just keep running. Just keep running. This is fine. I must be bloody freezing. Absolutely bloody... Oh, hello. Is that good or bad? Nope, that's bad. Let's go the other way. That's also bad. Let's go the other way. Like, lights... Wait, no. Lights bad. Cultists growl... Oh, and shooting at me. I'm fine. This is fine. More light. Oh, no. Nah. Nah. No, run. Run, kid, run. Up. Up you get. Up you get. Stop shooting me. It's rude. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. This is fine. No. Oh, come on, kid. I'm hoping some characters from the first game. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hoping some characters from the first game coming back. I was going to say, this kind of looks a little bit like Barry. I don't think it is, but...
Hemingway. We're starting now. The cult of the tree. Watch the lights. Lights out, motherfucker. Yes. Where's the rest of the stuff? I need to finish this. I'm coming.
What the fuck?
Shit. Company. Abort.
Stop! Run!
Well, that was an intense start. Tammy's an idiot. Can I suggest, when you stumble upon like the ritualistic murders in the woods, you don't loudly go, "What the fuck?" You maybe just back slowly away and then leg it. Yeah, that's already a very different vibe to the first game in a way, isn't it? Much more boom, boom, boom. This might be my most anticipated game of the year. Down. Amazing. Just something that Remedy, just something about Remedy's games, man. Hits different.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are, Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Return 1 invitation. I'm a sucker for big bold titles on the screen. Is it me or is this guy
Worth memorizing.
Casey?
Before we get swallowed up by the trees.
Look like Sam Lake? Like, I'm pretty sure it is. Okay,
I should take a
so
look at
this
that
is the other character we're playing as. This is Saga, our FBI agent. Hi, Saga. And we have a map, excitingly. The map displays key locations in the area. So we've got a Cauldron Lake map. Here we are. There we are down there near the parking lot, bony-legged path, rental cabins, the Witch's Hut, Witch's Ladle, Crow's Foot Hills, Cauldron Lake down that side. Lots of witch stuff, basically.
I'm up here now. That's just how the cookie crumbles.
And we are here
Hey,
to
over
investigate
here.
these murders.
Hey there.
Hey
Agent
there.
Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
I'm in charge here.
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, that, Federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Any witnesses to the crime?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, cried Thornton. But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
I could use a briefing.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, but inside.
Let's take a look at that body.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Hey, Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Cheers, Mulligan. Okay.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
You can access the case board inside the... I love a case board. Oh.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head.
It's like,
The facts are on the board.
Sherlock Holmes. Case board. Okay.
Everything we know about the previous murders.
The Cauldron Lake
Worth
murders.
taking another look.
Yeah, let's have a look. The caseboard is a mental technique that allows Saga to The caseboard is a mental technique. It's funny, in Britain, you say something's mental, I say, that's crazy, right? It's mental, mate. Or like, that's really good. It's a mental technique, mate. Anyways, that allows Saga to analyze clues and progress the investigation. Okay, so you're now free to navigate or leave by pressing. Okay, right, let's have a proper look here. So, internal dissemination only at the Cauldron Lake murders. Victims. All victims reported missing in 2010. No other commonalities. We've got Ted Lane, dentist. Stab wounds, bloating, as though he's been in water. Bruising on the wrists. Wendy Davis, teacher. Body bloated, large chest wound. And Percy Wolf, store owner, bruising, heart removed, strange tattoos. Doesn't say bloating. Murder method. Slight difference in murders. Bloating only commonality in bodies, not cause of death. Chest trauma. Exposure to water post-mortem. Oh, I already know that's not the case. All bodies experience bloating, deep gash in the chest, heart missing, bruising on wrists and legs. It's like they store the people in the water for some reason and then hunt them down when they get out. Killer profile. Post-mortem tattooing of the body. The murder targets have no discernible cognitive traits. Chest trauma resembles animal butchery techniques. Ooh, oh, look at all this room I've got. Oh, that's exciting. Again, this is very much my kind of thing. Right, let's have a little poke around, see if there's anything else we can do here. I'm hopeful that we're going to watch quite a few episodes of Night Springs. Hopefully this time in colour, because it never made sense to me that it was in black and white in the first place. Remedy love their in-universe TV shows and stuff like that, so. Go over here. There's Sam Lake there on the right.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
Does not pause the game. Okay. That's a little...
Fucking nature. Gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
There's a lot of it. You're not wrong, buddy. It's a little FPS droppy here in the woods, but...
Hey, Casey.
We'll get over it.
You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
I mean, it's one of those rules. Don't say it's your last case. Don't have sex in a horror film. Don't be black in a horror film. Don't... Although that's becoming less of a case. I think people now are very aware of that.
You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
It's more like a early 2000s kind of thing. I feel like, generally speaking, horror film directors who grew up on those films are now so aware of the tropes that those tropes basically don't exist anymore. Mirror Peak. There it is again. Okay, this is interesting. You can zoom, but only on this one. The mighty mountains in the distance, no other than Mirror Peak, the iconic landmark overlooking Cauldron Lake. From the right angle, its beauty will be reflected on the calm surface of the lake, mirrored in all its inverted glory. Maybe we'll see Lover's Peak again, or Lover's Lane, or whatever the heck it was called. All I really want to do is meet Barry. And the old gods of Asgard. Because why not? It is beautiful, isn't it? This is... Oh, it's just my kind of environment. It's just misty woods. Just... They make me so happy. Overgrown campgrounds. That's all... It's all good stuff.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
Oh, that's a nice little detail. Let's just go... Okay. I mean, I thought the game was going to stop me, but... Let's have a little poke up the hill. Oh, hello. Oh, no, Saga's like, nope. Not interested in that, actually. Never mind. That's one way to not have an invisible wall, I suppose. Just turn your character around. You're going to do it to me again, aren't you? Don't know if it's too early. You never know if it's too early in the game to start exploring. You know what I mean? Waterfalls. I remember those. This powerful feat of nature will revive the spirit as it does the surrounding nature. The churning, grinding waters at the bottom of the falls resemble a mortar and pestle, quite like the one the Witch of Cauldron Lake is fabled to have used to travel through the night. Something. Oh, there. Hey guys. Lovely water graphics.
Is that a kid's lunchbox?
Cold
An Alex
case.
Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
My dad used to say, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Not sure where the tough get going to, but maybe you'll find it inspiring. Alex Casey lunchboxes. Mindscape fragments can be used to upgrade weapons in the mine place. Does that make any sense whatsoever? I don't care. Okay, so I need to sneeze so badly. I muted myself in time, I'm proud. Okay, so all we've got so far is the pistol. We can... obviously can't do any of this right now. Auto fire mode, magazine size, 2 headshots in quick succession to stun an enemy. Cool. I like that when she goes there, she's she's cozy as well. She's wearing a Christmas jumper. Why not? Alright, good to know that exploration is already being permitted though, and that we will find things off the beaten track. Except that one road. It's a demon road, that one not allowed to go anywhere near.
I see you still in one piece, Anderson. Forest can be a dangerous place.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Where'd our lunchbox out?
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Typical big city slicker FBI. Oh man. I just want to live in this world. Well, other than the ritualistic murders. If you ignore that aspect, it's very pretty. Taking the scenic route, as I am wont to do. Hopefully this sounds okay. This game's got a really interesting thing I'm going to very quickly show you. You'll have heard me complain about sound a lot in video games that I play. This one, the dialogue volume goes up to 120, whereas everything else goes up to 100. Now, I've still adjusted further than that.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
But I do think it's interesting. It's one of my complaints for the first game. It's one of my complaints for basically every other video game in human history. Is that dialogue is too quiet. No, still no Bigfoot posters. My main complaint for game number 1, no Bigfoot. Okay, I think I found the body. This looks safe. This looks fine. I don't see how this could be a problem.
A creepy twig sculpture?
Okay. Do I want to be in here? Well, I am in here, so get over it.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
Interesting. The symbols all over the place. Kind of upside down triangles in various different configurations. Not even all upside down. Sometimes upsy daisies. Oh, nothing's trying to eat me yet. I wonder if they're relevant. It's like a puzzle piece or something like that. Oh, hello. Let this be a warning to you fellow trespassers. They say the lake is a caldera, something formed by an erupting volcano or the sinkholes it leaves in its wake. In its Alan wake. Well, that's not true. What if it's something else, something less natural and much more man-made, intentional? I say the lake's not formed, it's designed, and it has a purpose. Remember the last line of Allen Lake was, It's not a lake. Alan Lake. Alan Wake was it's not a lake. A lake is a hiding place. Beneath the calm surface lies a secret machinery ready to be activated at the press of a button. And the people with the button, they're in that big house by the lake preparing. I know it. First drawing, waterline, real caldera made from a volcano, lava. Second drawing, waterline, engineered structure, strange machines. Okie dokie. Have a little pokey. Find a lunch boxy. I'm wondering how far. I always curious how far can I go off the beaten path before it's like, well, okay. Well, that's freaking Jurassic Park, so we can't go that way. Hello.
Hello, this is Agent Anderson and Agent Casey, FBI. We'd like to come in and ask a few questions pertaining to an investigation. Nice talking to you, too.
Guess they're not interested. Another thing, I don't want to keep gushing about how much I'm enjoying my time already. And I'm just wandering around the woods, not really doing anything. There's no UI on the screen right now, and that's really nice. I love when the UI gets out of your way when it's not necessary, you know? More games should do it. Okay, we've got a body. Where is my group? Where's my peeps? There they are.
Did you get lost, Anderson?
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
Yeah, that's me. Mulligan told me you were coming the other way.
I found a spooky little house.
Now, this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. Now, we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
Well, it's bloated.
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
Unlock your first key image. You can place it on the caseboard inside the mind place. Up last Saga to see active clues. The key image can be selected with. Placed on the...
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Hey, that's Joe incidents with a C. When a key image is placed, it will prompt a new question. Objectives are viewable at the caseboard in your goals. Investigate the crime scene. You are now free to examine the caseboard. Which has... Where's all the other stuff gone? Maybe it changes, like, can I swap cases or something? Okay. You can collect clues from the body to progress the investigation. Ah, speak my language.
The killer left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. Incised stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
Newly discovered clues can be placed onto the open question. I assume by... Yeah, okay. Stress trauma. Cargo straps used to restrain victims. And a heart.
Heart removed from chest. Strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with.
Maybe because it got interrupted.
4 murders that we know about.
By the group. The clues have resolved the open question and unlocked a deduction. As you advance the investigation, new questions will be unlocked, updating your goals. You can check the updated goals by pressing Y. This is much more of a learn more about the victim, learn more about the killer. This is much more of a investigation game than I expected it to be. It's a nice change. The killer, the victim. So we've got to find some evidence. Cool. Oh, that's how many tickets I've got. Okay.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here.
Nothing else on the body? Okay. Have you identified the victim?
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Clues can be discovered by speaking to people as well as by examining your surroundings. So is this... Robert Nightingale, is this the guy who... there's actually a nudity sensor in this game. I wonder if it just puts underpants on him. There was an FBI agent. Was it Nightingale was his name? I think it was in the first game. The guy who was a dick. And when we were being let out of the prison by the ranger, he got pulled away by the dark entity, right? And then maybe maybe he didn't get killed. He got pulled into the lake. Is Alan going to turn up just like this then? Because that's... Is that what the dark entity is storing the people in the lake where they get harvested years later? Interesting.
Multiple people were here. Multiple killers?
Beer balls.
Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here. Waiting.
Waiting for the body to emerge. What's that?
Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera?
Okay. So... The killers, surely. Oh, do I actually have to choose where I put it? Oh, I do. Interesting. Oh no, I have to do things. Okay, that's the victim. Nightingale. Heavy blood for later, Okay, sure. Heavy blood splatter on the table.
Boot prints, indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
Multiple assailants present, messy scene, crime of passion, premeditated. It feels like both like messy crime scenes tend to be not premeditated, but it clearly was premeditated because they had a tripod, for God's sake, and beer. They brought a cooler to chill, you know, have a beer, murder someone. Knew the victim.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
He got fired. What happened after he got fired?
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
I wonder if this has always been planned, or if they realised that Nightingale was acting absolutely loco in the first game and thought, okay, we need to justify this somehow. And so what this makes it sound like is that he wasn't actually with the FBI in the first game. He was posing as the FBI to chase down his paranoia.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
Been in the water for 13 years. That means Alan should pop up. Anyways, back to the mine place. Okay. No, down. Casey, Nightingale went off the deep end. FBI fired him.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Okay. Premeditated or spontaneous? What I've got anything for that? Tripod. It's definitely premeditated anyway. Premeditated, but they had fun with it, you know?
They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now?
I wonder if the others have been missing at all. Killer... Ooh. Ooh.
Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
Profiling. You can use profiling inside Saga's mind place to get inside the heads of suspects and victims. Using her intuition, Saga can discover new clues by profiling people of interest.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch, it goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something. Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake, before his murder.
Oh, okay, cool. Points of interest track objects and information the Saga has acquired to chart collection progress. So, lunchbox.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence.
I mean, it definitely could be.
Another message?
I think if you find one lunchbox, you can still write it off as a coincidence. If you find, like, 20 lunchboxes... Cauldron Lake area... Oh, yeah, it's Cauldron Lake, not Bright Falls. Okay. Oh, did I not profile? Oh, I don't know. I love that that's instant. That's great, actually.
The Mile High Strangler case. Proud of that one.
The Mile High Strangler. That, I mean, how do you become a Mile High Strangler? What am I missing about Nightingale?
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Must be able to find something else out in this area. A little bit more information. A bit more information on Nightingale, maybe. Don't see anything. You don't have anything to say, do you? Nope. What am I missing here, folks? Am I being silly? I suspect so, but I don't know how. I suspect I'm wrong, but I don't know why. I don't seem to have access to anything on the body. I'll do my claw hands.
This mug always cheers me up.
I don't think I can do anything else at the case board either. Cases. Back to the murders. Oh, right. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, I do. I've got this one. Whoopsie daisy. Victim came from Cauldron Lake. And then back to profiling. Maybe. No.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Okay, well, I'll just wait here.
You guard the body. Never know if they'll pop back up these days. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take a little time to get
This
used
way
to
your
that stuff.
hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night. possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Mm-hmm. Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though. There's a piece of paper on the ground. Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales?
Bigfoot.
They come out from under the boulder.
It makes no sense.
It's not Bigfoot. One day someone will make a proper
A page
Bigfoot
full
game.
of text on one side. Not a printout.
It's a manuscript.
Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Mm-hmm. Like a manuscript. Page of a story. The killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the
the
words.
words. These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us.
I would like to address what just popped up on the screen. So the Epic Games Store achievement thing, not only does it pop up like all the others, but it makes a really obnoxious noise. But unfortunately, unlike Steam and every other console and PC store on the planet, you cannot disable. I tried because I got a achievement when I was testing the game out earlier, and I tried to disable it. I googled it, and loads of people have been complaining about it because, you know, Alan Wake is it's an immersive horror game. The last thing you want is badoop badoop popping up on the screen. It's utterly ridiculous that you can't turn it off. The victim was one of their own. Well, we've already heard this, haven't we? Oh no, okay, let's just read it again. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he has suddenly turned up, suddenly, only to be murdered in a brutal and bloody ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was this page. This page. The first page they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here, what they were doing. Someone playing a game with them, leading them on, an invitation. How could they not accept the sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them, even if they knew it would end up hurting them? Ah, the page.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
Remedy have clearly fallen in love with this the double exposure thing, because they did it all the time in Control as well. To the case board. Okay, footprints emerging from under the rock. Trail gone cold.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
Is this over here, actually? No? Ah, anything else here? It's too linear. There's more going on here than I'm seeing. I need to examine this body properly back in town. Reading the words, these words felt like... Oh. What's that little clicky noise? That's spooky.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
What a fetching Christmas jumper that is.
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
You go that way. I'm going to have a little explore.
A witch with no heart. A strange echo of owl murder.
There is no mystery in Cauldron Lake being named after its cauldron shape. And yet, there are many mysterious stories about the lake, it being a gloomy doorway to the underworld, or of a witch whose cauldron the lake really was. The legend tells us that when the affections of a local sheriff went unanswered, he accused the lady in question of having bewitched him. She was drowned, but her dropped ladle grew into a strange tree named Witch's Ladle. The woman returned to avenge her wrongdoers. If she was not a witch before she was, now. She killed the sheriff, drowning him in the lake. Then she took out his heart and locked it in a box. With the heart, she would summon him from the lake to exact revenge on her behalf, or so the legend goes. She does look very similar.
Whoever wrote that page made sure it read like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative. To do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
It's all about control. Deciding what happens to who. Don't let it drag you in.
Too late. I'm already hooked. I need the next chapter.
Can't go any further. Water's too deep.
Shed that one in. Had that one in reserve.
Did you get lost, Anderson?
I want to find a lunchbox. Don't judge me. Who knows where the lunchboxes could lie?
I'll look around. See you in a bit.
Take your time.
Well, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. That's the opposite of cool. It's warm. Spooky. Oh, God. Little house on the little hill. Can I get inside? Oh, I hope not. Oh, God. It turns out I can indeed get inside. Jesus. Okay. I don't know if there's anything here. Just creepy things, that's all. Sometimes that's all you need. The Witch's Hut. If I just go for that. Here lived the Witch of Cauldron Lake. Beware, her spirit may still haunt the place. I believe it. Jesus. I'm gonna pop along that little bridge we just saw. If I'm allowed. Hello. Friday. Midge told me today her family's moving away. This sucks. I haven't even told her I like her yet. What's the point anymore? She said her parents want to get better jobs and get her to a better school in a big city. I guess that's fair. Who wants to stay in Bright fucking Falls? Sunday. So I told her. She said thanks. Fucking kill me. We've all been there. Monday, I snuck out last night again. Went to the big house by the lake. Instead of just watching it from here like I always do. Instead of just sitting around like I always do. Screw that. Anyway, something weird is going on down there. I'm going to find out what. I'm going to go back there tomorrow with better gear. I bet I can find a way inside the building. Take some photos. It's going to be epic. We've got a cooler. Could have a lunchbox. Oh, yeah. Batteries are back, baby. There is a thing, that might seem weird, but there is a thing I believe that if you keep batteries in the fridge, they last longer.
A lunchbox again.
Oh, that was...
Who's leaving these out here?
That was hidden. Surrounded by Easter eggs. I know things can get a little crazy around here, but if you're ever scared, just remember that Alan is watching over us. So when, is Alan now in the lake, battling the dark thingamajiggy, dark entity, using his typewriter, basically. Nightingale keeps talking about him or he, etc., etc. Is Nightingale referring to Alan? Is Alan on the side of the cultists, maybe? Sending out messages via the innards of people? I don't know. Another fragment. Alright, cool. Yeah, we're definitely going to keep exploring that. And the game is rewarding me for it. And I will thank the game. God, this game is pretty. This is one of those games that makes me... Like, I'm running on decent settings, but I'm not running on, like, insane settings. And this is one of those games that makes me wish my computer was, like, a little bit stronger.
Did you know this entire area is inside a caldera? This whole mountain used to be an active volcano. Imagine the force it took to carve this crater out of the earth. Calderas are pretty rare, so be sure to take it in.
So, essentially, we're standing in the gaping maw of hell.
You got it. I used to love geology when I was in school. I helped Logan build a great baking soda volcano for her science fair.
Cheating on a science fair? That's almost a crime, Anderson.
I'm not gonna say no to quality time with a volcano. I mean, my daughter.
I'm a little bit lost, I'm not gonna lie. Is there a better way to get onto the map? Oh yeah, hold it. Yeah. So I think yeah, we go this way. FBI. Federal Booby Inspector. Sorry. Oh god. I like it has to be on both sleeves as well, just in case you didn't realise. Let's slap you over the face with it. With our forbiddenness.
Hey, you made it back. Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Get the body back to town.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
There's nice little touches in the animation and stuff, like him handing me the key, but he doesn't get it correct the first time. You know, he gets the wrong pocket, like, because that's what people do all the time, and it's just a nice little thing to add a little bit more personality. It's a lovely little touch.
Seems like a
actually.
nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
This really makes me want to watch True Detective. Unfortunately, I'm away for the weekend. Well, maybe on Monday. Got an old, what's it? Radar dish? Power silo? Hello. Come on, game. Oh, no, I saw something, though. Is that another lunchbox? I think it is. In these little...
There's another lunchbox.
This colourful knitted egg. Oh, there's some down there as well. Okay, that's what we have to look out for. Look out for the eggs. The eggs are the guide. We're all in this together, hero. Have a heroic day. 2 more fragments. So that's what, 5 so far? Nearly halfway to an upgrade. Do not touch this station is property of the FBC, the Federal Bureau for Cool Things. Did he just rearrange his collar? I need to go back and see. I felt like he rearranged his collar.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod? For a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart
See you
just to
later.
throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Interesting idea. The game's definitely got a little bit of Resident Evil 4 to it in the movement and animations. That's not necessarily a negative.
I want to walk around for a minute.
You know where to find me.
Hello, the rarest wildlife in the Pacific Northwest. I finally made my way to Cauldron Lake. The fence was easy to climb over with the proper gear and skills which I thankfully possess. Next goal, spotting the rare and elusive orange-crowned warbler. As an aside, I feel like whenever someone is looking for a rare bird, and they're bird watchers, it's always a bloody warbler. A little late in the season, but hopefully I can catch it before it begins its journey south. I've noticed intriguing behaviour in the surrounding common bird life. They seem to be alarmed and swarm around the lake. No birds of prey nearby. There are some strange birds carried on the wind, however. Sounds. Nothing I can recognise or explain. Getting a little concerned. I might have to find another spot, somewhere safer. The sounds are getting closer. Moved inland. Foliage is stunning. Must come back in fall. Had to stop and sketch this gorgeous vine maple. Just at the way the Methuselah's beard hangs off it. This is why trees are better than people. Speaking of people, saw some drunk guys staggering around the forest earlier acting weird. Maybe drugs? Kept my distance. Should probably find another spot. So annoying. After I saw that weirdo guy, I decided to change spots again. Moved up the mountain a bit. Found a fantastic overlook to camp at, but I'm more interested in this Alaska onion grass. Invasive, but edible and surprisingly tasty. Started hearing wolves or wild dogs or something like 10 minutes ago, but they sound wrong. Rabies? Want to leave, but the sun is going down and my stupid phone is dead. Gonna hide in the tent and hope they go away. Something's really not right about this place. Spooky. Spooky. You've got to concede that maybe stuff like that is more interesting to find in the world than a thermos, for example. Alan Wake's collectibles were a bit... I mean, the manuscript pages were cool, but other than that, they were a bit weak. Can I go back? No, sad. Jesus. Oh,
Here
I
we
can go
are.
around.
Let's drive back to town.
I don't think I
and meet
missed
the sheriff
anything.
at the
But
diner.
you never know.
I'm gonna go check something out.
Nah, that's fine.
Be right back.
Got it.
Alright, let's roll. Let's roll. It does actually, yeah. I think it's tie or something. To Bright Falls then. Gonna see the town in modern times.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery.
A little bit out of sync there, to say the least. Hey, it's Dia
Need to
first.
swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
I'm hoping they've got the float again with the giant deer. That's the main thing I want to see. We didn't experience much at Deer Fest last time. We saw the float and that was about it. Oh, I'm wearing that same jumper. I didn't realise.
The diner's
Man.
just up the waterfront.
How
Shouldn't
cool
keep the
is...
sheriff and our witnesses
Do
waiting.
you remember being on
Nice
this
warm
road?
Coffee.
This is where we arrived with Alan. Flooded at the moment. There's the float down there on the right. The sheriff's office near here somewhere, right? Because we came down here. I remember walking down this street in Alan Wake. That's crazy. Yeah, it looks fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. It reminds me even more now of Dante's Peak as well, which is awesome. And a bit of Twin Peaks, obviously, as well. Actually, a lot of Twin Peaks. Either way, we're going to end it there. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll be back on Monday, rather annoyingly, because it is a Friday. But yeah, really excited to dig into Alan Wake 2. Thanks for joining me. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.